Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel, and today we will discuss the situation in Ukraine on the 3rd of May. And today we will start from the Kharkiv area. This is one of the most interesting area for many reasons. First of all, a lot of conflict information comes from this region. This is the only region, as far as I see, where Ukrainian forces managed to do some counter-strike attacks and achieved some success in this area. And this is the only region where we can say that Russians, they're retreating and leaving their positions. Yesterday we discussed a few towns in this area, and one of them is Azovstal. And if you remember, yesterday I told you that according to the yesterday version of map, that town was in the gray zone. But today, as far as you see, this map was updated, and today we can say that town Azovstal is totally under Ukrainian control. So they established the total control over this town during these days. Another important thing about town Tsirkuny and Cherkassky Tishki. For me, this is one of the most interesting area. First of all, because of two totally conflict information from both maps. This map says that these towns are totally under Russian control. And according to this map, we can see that this area is under Ukrainian. These towns is almost on the north of Kharkiv, and this was a nice area to establish fire control over this area. And as you know, in this territory, they're a very powerful fortified area. Ukrainians, they build their very big. So Russians from this territory, they control and correct the artillery and rocket. And these two maps shows totally different information. So we'll see what's next. Also, according to information we got today, Ukrainians, according to their information, they managed to return control over this town, Molodova, in this area. Russian source map, they doesn't say anything about this. They're showing that this town is under their control. So we'll see what's next, because if it's true, this map will be updated sooner or later, and we will be able to confirm this information from the both sides. Now we are moving to the Liman area. Another important thing, another important note and update regarding this gray line, I would like to tell you. First of all, in the past we discussed that this gray line means that this is the gray territory, the territory where the main clashes are. This is one of the meaning of this gray line. But if you remember, yesterday when if you will open the previous video, you will see that sometimes this gray line lays on Ukrainian side, and sometimes this green line lays on the Russian side, on the red colored. That's mean that it's something like gray zone, but also it's like a kind of information about the further updates of the front line. So we saw that you see this red color. So you see that Azovstal is on gray line. It's like means that it's Ukrainian side. From the other side, this territory is still under Russian color. It will be updated in the dates, like showing the progress and dates to understand the picture in much more better way. So yesterday, this green line was here, and the gray line was here. So that means that the gray line was on the Russian territory. That means that it was attack on the Russian territory, Russian controlled territory, and that this territory and that control over this territory was returned. So what does it mean, a gray line in this case? That means that maybe it might be a possible update of the front line during the next days. So it's like the territory of gray zone, and we can say that it's the territory of heavy clashes and the territory of main Russian attacks in this area. So Russians are attacking this area, maybe they establish control over this area, maybe they have domination in this area. What can we say about the Liman area? We can say that bloody battles are going on over entire front line. So they're fighting everywhere. They're fighting starting from the Velika Kamyshevacha. On this map, we can say that they're starting the battles from this side of Seversky Donetsk River, and they're fighting till the town Yampil. So entire this area is under big fire and very big battles. Russian, they're pushing Ukrainians from their position, And as far as I see, as far as I know, Ukrainians they started their regrouping, because as we discussed yesterday, Liman now is not a very important town for the Ukrainians. Of course, they will try to protect this area, try to hold this area, but as far as I know from the Russian sources, that Ukrainians they start regrouping from this area. First of all, because the fact that they destroyed the bridges in this town, and Russians they can no longer cross this river in this area, and they're regrouping forces from this town in this direction, in this forest. They're doing this for many reasons. First of all, they have, I'm not sure about the quantity of Ukrainian soldiers in this area, but we can say that there are a lot of them. There are like more than 1,000, we can say. And the same as here, the same thousand of Ukrainian soldiers are here surrendered. And there is the same soldiers here, a lot of forces. And if we take a look at this map, we can say that if Russians are able to attack this area, for example, they're controlling this Alexandrovka, if they are able to attack here or somehow to cut this road, this small bridge in this area, that means that Ukrainian forces that located in Liman will be totally surrounded. And there are a lot of forces there. As I told you, there are more than 1,000 soldiers. So this is the most important and the first operation Russians are trying to do. Their main idea to split this territory in a few pieces. First of all, let's discuss the kind of pieces that we have already in this area. One part of Ukrainian soldiers split it and surrendered in this area. There are around 1,000 Ukrainian soldiers. Another Ukrainian forces, another part of Ukrainian force in this area located on the line of Bogorodiще, Svetogorsk, Yarova, in this area. There are a lot of forces, and another group located in Liman. And these two bridges are already destroyed, so there is no way to escape from this area using this bridge. So Ukrainians, they're regrouping in this direction. So that's why Russians, they're planning to attack from Alexandrovka in this area. For using Stavki, they're controlling the regrouping because there is not much roads here. The only one roads from Liman leads to Drobyshevo, and only after that, from Drobyshevo, they are able to move in this direction where the main Ukrainian forces are located. So that's why using Stavki, Russian forces, because Stavki is under Russian control. That was yesterday's update, and we can say that we can see this information on both maps. So using Stavki, Russian forces, they're controlling this road. They're trying to control this road, and they're trying not to allow Ukrainians to retreat and regroup from this area. But they're still keeping this bridge as far as I see, and Russians, they're not blowing this bridge. We can call it like some kind of trap, because until these bridges exist, Ukrainians will try to use this bridge to regroup their forces from Liman in direction of Yarova, Svetogorsk and Bogorodiще. So we will see what's next. Now we are moving to the Lysychansk agglomeration. Today Russian, they published some kind of video from this area that they're showing that they control entire town. There is no much clashes here, no much battles here. That's like saying that Russians, they established an almost entire control over this town. So we'll see what's next, and we'll see the updates on this map. Also, there was not much news from the Novotashkovsk-Orekhovo area. According to the Russian forces, they're pushing Ukrainians in this area. There are very heavy clashes here, and the Ukrainians, they're standing there very strong. The same thing in Popasna. A small update as far as you can see on this green line. We see that this green line moves in direction of the southwest. So they're taking this town block by block. And by the way, this map this map is still not updated, but as we discussed yesterday, Russia, they took control over these blocks. So they're pushing, and as we discussed, their main idea to establish control over this town. And after that, we can say that Popasna will fall in a few weeks or maybe days. Who knows? Very heavy clashes in the Avdiivka area. In this area, Russians, they're still trying to crack this tough nut, but we know that we saw a lot of videos and a lot of things about this fortified area. So for now, they're moving very slowly. Now, the important news came today from Mariupol. As far as you remember, a few weeks ago, the president of the Russian Federation, he ordered stop the storm operation of Azovstal, and that was it was done for many reasons. One of them is the presence of the civilians in this plant, and many others. And also, the worldwide press on the Russian Federation stopped this operation, stopped this storm operation. But this morning, the Russians they started to attack the Azovstal. They told that because of the ceasefire period, Ukrainian forces which were on the ground floors and which were in the underground floors of Azovstal, they came out and they took their fire position and they started to attack Russians around the Azovstal. So it was like the reason, according to the Russian sources, it was the official reason why the Russians started their storm of Azovstal. As far as you can see, you saw a lot of video from this area, like black and white smoke coming out from these in these buildings. But what is the plan in Azovstal? First of all, of course, the main area in Azovstal before the main storm operation is to establish control over this territory. On this map, you can't see like detailed what is this. It's not a rock, but there are a lot of sand there, and it's a very high thing. So if you can establish your eyes here, it will allow you to control Azovstal plant from the back, from this area. You will be able to see everything in this area. It's the highest place in entire Mariupol. So first of all, Russians are trying to attack this area and to establish control. Why are they doing this? Today I got a very interesting video that, according to the Russian sources, of course, they're saying that there are no more artillery shells and artillery equipment in Azovstal. So the forces here, they have just guns, maybe grenades, so they don't have anything that can ruin Russian plans to establish control over these sands. And this is exactly what the Russians are doing right now. So the first step of the of this storm operation, we can say in this map, is to establish control over this territory. As soon as Russians do this, then they will be able to, first of all, establish their eyes and establish their snipers, their artillery position, their mortar position, and everything else. And that will allow them to complete the storm operation in Azovstal with less losses. I'm not sure that they're gonna do this very fast, because I'm sure that there are surprises from Ukrainian side, but we'll see what's next. Another important area, another important updates came today from Odesa. If you remember, more and more sources in the internet, they're saying that there was a real attack on the Snake Island, Bile Island, and the Ukrainians, they did attack this area with the Bayraktars, Turkish Bayraktars, and for now we don't have any information about the real losses, about the real Russians losses in this area. But as far as I understand, there were losses. I think that in a day or few we will see updates. And the question is that most like people from the internet, they ask themselves, how did that? Because there are a lot of ships here, a lot of armed forces here that should control this island. This island in itself has a lot of equipment to control and to spot such Bayraktars in the sky, but nothing was done by the Russians in this area, and Ukrainians, their attack was pretty successful. And these days, yesterday, the day before yesterday, today, the Russians, they attack the infrastructure object in Odesa, mainly the airports, mainly the hangars where those Bayraktars were kept. As far as they see, they achieved a lot of success because, and by the way, according to the Russian official statistic, they destroyed around 500 Bayraktars in the beginning of this war. So we'll see what's... Another interesting thing, while creating this video, we got another marker from the town of Skol, that Skol is under Russian control. we got this information on this map already, that this town is under Russians. But we just have like an icon just appeared on the map that this information also confirmed by the Russian side that town Oskol is under Russians. Another important, of course, today we see that one of the most interesting piece of news these days is the 9th of May. There are a lot of options, a lot of versions. Everybody says that something is going to happen these days, that something will happen. There are a lot of versions, options. What Vladimir Putin is planning to do on the 9th of May. On the basis of that, Ukrainian forces, for example, they announced, and also on the basis of of the starting of the storm operation of Mariupol, Zelensky and the Ukrainian authorities, they left the negotiation process. They started at least the process of leaving the negotiation process. Also, they told that there would be no peace deal with the Russians, only the entire Russian capitulation in this war. So all these wars, they make this 9th of May more hot and hot. And what kind of option? The first option is that nothing will be changed in this conflict. That Russians, they will, like, nothing will be announced and so on. Another option that Russian, it also was some insight from the Hungary Prime Minister and the Pope of Rome. They talked, and the Prime Minister of Hungary, he told that Putin is planning to stop this war by the 9th of May. So we'll see what's next. It's very interesting. Another option that Russia will liberate all these territories they have already captured from Kherson to Kharkiv, and that they will include this territory into Russian Federation as a part of Russian Federation. They're planning, according to the versions, they're planning to add Kherson and Melitopol areas to Crimea area. Half of the Zaporozhye they are planning to add to Donetsk People's Republic. Lugansk is almost free, as I think that the part of the Kharkiv area will be also added to the Lugansk People's Republic. Another thing some people say, so it's like the most crazy, is that the Russians are planning to attack Ukrainians with the nuclear weapon. I think it's crazy version. Another sources are saying that on the 9th of May, Ukrainian forces are planning to start operation in the Pridnestrovia. And also today, by the way, there was an accident there. The authority officials of Pridnestrovia, they told that Ukrainian forces launched their drone in this area, and that Pridnestrovia forces, they destroyed that drone. But I think that, of course, on the 9th of May, something would happen. And the operation, and by the way, by this evening, there was also very interesting information that the families of the Russian soldiers in this area left the Pridnestrovia. So it's very important. If I remember, it was the same scenario in Ukraine. First, the diplomacy services left this area, then their wives, families, and so on. So it's something like this happens these days in Pridnestrovia. So we'll see what's next. And I think, of course, if on the 9th of May Russians will liberate all these areas or include these areas as a part of Russian Federation, if Putin is planning to do this, of course we can say that the operation in Pridnestrovia will start. I think this is like the flag for Ukrainians to start this operation. If Russians are not planning to include this area, so that means that maybe they're still, it's a positive flag for Ukrainians. And if Russians do this, I think that Ukrainians may start the operation in Pridnestrovia. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel and enjoy your day. Bye bye.